Is Dice the first comic or the first guy you do an impression of that you met?
Yeah. I was doing a Dice impression, and Club Soda Kenny said, "Hey, this guy does an impression of you." He goes, "It's pretty good." And Dice's like, "Oh yeah, I never heard of him or anything." It's like, And then out in L.A., we were at a car museum, one of the what's that famous Barris, I think, car museum or something, and we were broadcasting live from there, and they were bringing through celebrities for us to interview, various radio stations, those things, and Dice was coming through. And he had a camera crew with him and shit. Yeah. And I just started doing an impression of him, and he starts laughing, and he's yelling at me. And we're yelling at each other as
Dice.
And that's when he goes, "I'm not going to stand here and argue with me." It's like, and I'm just losing my mind because this is, to me, I'm fresh off of the fucking.
You can't believe that you're doing this.
I can't believe it.
Has anyone not liked your impression of them?
No, I don't think anybody's ever said, like, knock that off or something. Most of them are very caricaturish. Dice is like my most accurate one, but a lot of them are caricaturish. Some guys are just, that guy now that does Trump is fucking.
Oh, the Tamarack or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
That's a spot on.
It's, what's his name? He was doing, what the fuck was he reciting? Oh, something about a Klondike bar. It was like,
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah. And it's like, try to find that. It's perfect. It's like he got everything, all the little subtleties, because he does this thing where with his voice and the cadence and that's why Trump, a lot of people think they do a good Trump. I do a caricature Trump. But if you get that cadence and the words he tails off on, and when he does this, all that put together in one of the greatest fucking impressions.
It's all
nailed it.
And that's a great impression when you can get all the highs and lows, all the peaks and valleys of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like people come up to me after a show and they'll say, "I do Christopher Walken." They go, "Hi,
everyone, yeah.
And everybody hits that same note,
Yeah.
But like Kinnison was like, Sam had that, that low chalk, that.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's the yell, but that was a huge part of Sam.
Yeah, and then there's also the pause. And the giggle. Yeah.
God, is that so fucking spot on?
The one guy that
God damn.
People who I do impressions of will want to meet me and have me do the impressions from, but Tom Arnold doesn't like what I do with his.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be another thing. The impression's one thing, but then what you do with it.
Because did I ever tell you that what I do with it at the Super Bowl every year? I'll go to the Super Bowl every year and go to Radio Row, and all my radio buddies, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there's no famous people there yet. So my friends will say, "Hey, come over and can you join us? There's somebody famous, so it sounds cool back in Des Moines." And the only remotely sports guy I can do an impression of is Tom Arnold, who used to host the Best Damn Sports Show, period.
Sports show.
So they'll bring me in and they'll go, "Hey, we're live from Radio Row. We're being joined by Tom Arnold. Tom, how's your Super Bowl week going?" "It's going great. I've been here for a couple days, and a lot of celebrities are coming into town. I was actually at a Cocaine Anonymous meeting last night with Brett Favre." I probably shouldn't say that out loud. Brett's got a bad coke problem, and his sponsor is Greg Gumbel, and Greg's addicted to upskirt porn. Again, I shouldn't say that out loud, but he's always pumping off at work, and every year people will tweet Tom Arnold and go, "Hey, asshole, it's supposed to be anonymous." And Tom will fight the entire internet and go, "Did you notice that fucking Sam Kinison was there? That guy's been dead for 20 years, you idiot. That's a comedian. That's not even me, you assholes." And he's messaged me a couple times and said, "I really wish that you wouldn't do that." And it's like, but I make it so obviously over the top.
Yeah, that's what, if you make it obviously over the top, you think people would. When I first got to NEW, the way I even brought the Dice impression into it was that Dice had, he kind of peaked and was on the downswing at the time. And he was working at NEW as a maintenance guy, cleaning the garbage. And it would just come in and you'd hear it off mic like, can I come in here and pick up the canes? And people would actually be like, oh my God, it's gotten that bad for Dice. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be, I'm performing at the Garden this weekend. The Olive Garden in Times Square. And people, it was so fucking.
I've never heard that before. That is fucking brilliant.
I thought he was the maintenance guy at NEW.
That is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. And again, it's another one of those things where it's like, why you got to put me as the maintenance guy?
Wow. And Tom Arnold could not be a nicer person.
Oh, shit.
The only reason I got the impression down is because I would just repeat the story of how I met him, which was a prank phone call. I never taped it. I was living in Seattle, and there was a comedian friend of mine worked at a local hotel, and he said, hey, man, you know that big Planet Hollywood that's opening up in town? All the stars are staying at my hotel. And I said, really, what stars? And he said, oh, man, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Tom Arnold. And I went, Tom Arnold's at your hotel?
Yeah, after all these.
I was like, fucking Tom Arnold had just killed it in 9 months. And what was the movie he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger that was...
True Lies.
True Lies. Arnold...
Fucking great.
Tom Arnold was amazing in those movies.
He's the comic relief star, the comic relief. The second
kills it,
and it's hilariously funny.
So I call that Hilton Hotel, and they pick up the phone. They said, "Seattle Hilton, how can I help you?" And I said, "Hi, Tom Arnold, please." And they said, "Okay, please hold." And I went,
"Oh no!"
And he picks the phone and he goes, and I never recorded this. He picks the phone and goes, "Hello," and I said, "Hey, Tom, it's Sam Kinison." Sam had been dead for 6 years at this point. And Tom Arnold goes, "Hey, buddy, how are you? What's going on?" I swear he jumps right into it, and I go, "Tom, I need your help down here in the afterlife. I need you to help me down here in hell." And he goes, "Tell me what I need to do, Sam. I'm here to help you, whatever you need." And I said, "Well, I need you to get me some cocaine." So the first thing I need you to do is I need you to front me the cash because I don't have any money. I don't have any money down here in the afterlife. And the second thing I need you to do, I need you to make that purchase and then take the cocaine. I need you to fly to Los Angeles. This is where it gets tricky. And then I need you to take the cocaine. I want you to put it in the small pocket of Jerry Lewis's pants, and I'll get it when he gets here in 3 weeks. Oh! And then I stopped and I paused and I said, "Hey, Tom, I'm sorry. My name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian." And Tom goes, "Man, that was really good. You know how good that is? I need to call my sponsor. That's how good that is." And I went, "Oh my God!" And like a new comic, which I was. This is 94, 95. I said, "Hey, do you want to come to an open mic tonight?"
Oh God! Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. And Tom goes, "Oh man, you know what? I'm doing something with Stallone and Schwarzenegger." And he said, "But do you have a tape or anything I could look at?" And I said, "Yeah." I go, "Yeah. Where do you want me to send it?" He goes, "Can you drop it off at the front desk and just leave your phone number?" He called me a week later.
Wow.
Said, "Here's my cell number. Here's my office number.
God damn.
If you ever need any help." And I get nervous about when I have people's phone numbers and I think, I don't want to bother that person. So I never called him. But I started telling the story and I started getting better at the impression. And then I used it to do this thing that he hates at the Super Bowl every year.
Jesus Christ.
So,
hey, you got to do what you got to do. It's like the story of the frog and the scorpion.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a comic. I have to use this.
Dude, I ran into him once after doing that premise for several years. I ran into him at the Roast of Cheech and Chong in Las Vegas. It was part of the Las Vegas Comedy Festival. Jimmy performed there that year, and Tom Arnold is on the dais. I see him backstage, and I go, "Tom, Craig Gass." And Tom went, "Oh, yeah, you're great. You're great. Yeah, that said everything. You're great." And then we talked a little bit, and he was a little anxious about the fact they had made a switch on the dais because there was a guy that was added to the roast at the last minute. Wilmer Valderrama was added to the roast because he worked on that 70s show that Tommy Chong, I guess, had a recurring character on. Yeah. And Tom said, "I don't even know who this guy is. So, I mean, do you know anything about him? I don't even have any jokes." And I said, Wilmer, he's handsome. He's a handsome kid. You know what? He has banged every hot starlet. Like he supposedly took Britney's virginity. He fucked Lindsay Lohan. And with that information, Tom Arnold goes on stage He's one of the first performers. They go, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome I'm Tom Arnold. And he goes up and he goes, hey, Wilbur Valderrama's here. Wilbur, I don't know you, but I understand that you banged Lindsay Lohan. Is that true? That is? Wow, I guess it is possible to fuck somebody's brains out. And I was like,
Hey,
wow, fucking Tom Arnold
there you go.
in a 5-minute span came up with a killer
that.
joke. Yeah.
Did you get a check?
No, but dude, I mean, in that moment,
that's
you're
the
proud.
pride.
Yeah,
Of course.
the pride of saying, "Holy shit, I helped him. I told him that information, and he came up with that line."
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
that's fucking great, man.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's a weird thing when you do impressions of people. You know,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
want to meet you, and
Yeah, and like you said, the way you use it, and one of the greatest impressions I've ever heard was Jay Moore doing Colin Quinn.
when
It's so good because he says what Colin would say.
Yes.
You can have the voice, and Colin's voice could be mistaken for a lot of people as an impression.
Yeah.
But when you're saying what he says it, and the inflection and the cadence and the drifting off, it is Colin.
Jay Moore sounds smarter when he does Colin Quinn because he starts using Colin Quinn's vernacular.
Yes.
He starts using Colin Quinn's vocabulary and he starts using this language that is outside of his. Like, doing a Dennis Miller impression has always been tough for me to just kind of do it casually because I have to look up his
You have
jokes.
to find out, what the, yeah.
Because his references are so fucking out there. But when Jay Moore does that impression, he actually sounds smarter.
It's so, the little mumbles under his breath and then the,
yeah.
the references he makes. I was like, God damn, that's an impression because he's saying what Colin would say.
In my opinion, I think it's the single greatest impression I've ever heard because
Yeah.
of all the things you described
Yeah.
and the vernacular and everything. By the way, did Dennis Miller ever do your guys' show?
Oh yeah, yeah. We've had Dennis on.
How was he as a guest?
He was good. Yeah,
Really?
I did his show too. Maybe I don't know, a year ago. He has a show going on. Everyone does, like I said. And yeah, no, it was a good time.
Because I always wondered if, like, I met him once. He was nice to me. He has the reputation of not being.
Yeah.
Like, was he ever grumpy around you guys?
No, he was really kind of cool.
I love, by the way, talking about Brian Regan earlier, you guys have that amazing story about sitting with him at a bar
Dude,
and watching Brian make that turn.
Angry Brian was so good. Look at this fucking piece of shit. I'm like, well, no, I'll be up in the clouds. Like, I like that Brian. Who is this evil Brian? It was like when Star Trek, when they had the fucking Spock had the mustache.
Dude, once you guys reveal that story, it suddenly opened the door to realizing, a lot of his comedy has a lot of anger in
Has
it.
anger in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, God,
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. This is all about you. We're all living in your world. I'm sorry. Let me get out of the way. This is your world. We just live in it.
That's so
realize-
angry. Yeah.
There's so much anger in it. And you don't once you guys reveal that story, it's like, holy shit, that
I
is
see
Brian.
it. I see it.
Brian.
The nicest comic you'll ever see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring him out. Brian Regan. He doesn't curse, and families, grandpas and kids could go see him. How about you go fuck your mother? Fuck your mother right in her asshole. Oh, it's so fucking
Cursed on your show once.
Yes, we made him curse.
No, it was the when you said you never curse on stage, and he goes, "Well, I have one joke where I say, what was it, cock-sucking motherfucker?" And it's like, and then you guys believed him and said, "You do," and he goes, "Yeah, it's a joke about butterflies." I couldn't believe it. It was a rare moment
Oh,
in
is
comedy.
that awesome?